Hi guys, what's up? It's Eran Thomson, ET. Welcome back to another creative portfolio review. As always, if you would like to take the brave, courageous step of sharing your portfolio with me for a critique, you can hit me up at eranthomson.com/reviews. I'd be glad to take a look. There's lots of them lining up. It's been really fun to look at all these different people's work. So thank you to everyone who has shared, and thank you to everyone who's thinking about it. Go for it. I hope that these reviews will be helpful and valuable to you. That's my intention, is to strictly give you honest feedback that can help you take your work from good to great and help you land the job or jobs of your dreams or the client or clients of your dreams. Everything I say and share here comes from a place of respect and is also only my opinion. I always like to make sure people realize that I'm one guy on the internet with a certain amount of experience, and if you don't like what I have to say, that's totally cool. That's fine. You need to have your own opinions about your own work, but I would encourage you to get as much feedback as you can. And remember that if you start to hear similar notes from people over and over, that's probably an indication that there's something you need to think about or fix in your own portfolio. If you want to know why I'm doing these, check the FAQs. It's the very first one. It explains kind of my whole philosophy behind why I decided to connect with all of you guys this way. And if you want to work with me, you can reach out to me at eranthomson.com and just drop me a note and we'll figure out how we might be able to collaborate together. Okay, so without any further ado, let's get stuck into, forgive me, my Dutch is not great, but I'm going to say Sjoerd is your name. Thank you, Sjoerd, and forgive me, tell me in the comments if I'm butchering your first name. I apologize right off the bat. But let's get stuck in and have a look at what you've got going on here for us. Okay, cool. So right off the bat, I'm digging this type. This is there's some nice attention to detail here in terms of your own personal branding. So I always appreciate that. I like the adventures of. It tells me a little bit about you and your personality. So that's playful and fun. Just doing like a quick scroll here. Whoops. Uh-oh. What's happening? Can't scroll. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I had a little hiccup with my browser, but this should all be working now. So I'm really into this Guinness ad. This is one of the most iconic Guinness ads, or possibly beer ads, and maybe ads in general of all time. It's a doozy, and when it came out, it was really groundbreaking. So I'm looking at this, and I'm wondering. At first, I was wondering if you worked on this, but now I see it's about. So why don't I'll just click right into that and have a look. I remember it like it was yesterday. A Sunday afternoon, sitting in front of the TV. Okay, so yeah. Oh, this is great. Okay, so he's telling the story here of how he saw this ad, and it reminds him of being a student, and he's getting excited, and this is the ad that made him want to work in advertising. I love this. This is such a cool way to help us understand kind of the reason why you love this industry and why you want to be in it. I think that's great. I had a similar experience the first time I ever saw it was a one-show annual, and I opened it up and I was like, oh my God, this is something I can do. This is something that I want to do. So it's pretty cool. And then of course you've got some award stuff here. That's great. I have mixed feelings about people who put all their award stuff on the site. I guess if you won tons of them, it's great. There are certainly agencies who will hire you strictly based on your medal count. And I guess if you got some, put them there. I'd sort of, if you want to learn about how I feel about it, reviews, go to my portfolio site. And you can see I have a whole section there on it. But anyway, this is great. So I love the personality that's coming through here and the fact that we get to understand why you're excited about being in this industry. It's very cool. All right, Unive. Together we make traffic safer. Insurer wants to make road aware contribution with their new app. Okay, so this is an insurance company. They've got a new app. By the way, I don't know if you're an art director or a copywriter. I'm guessing it's one of those, but because it doesn't, unless I missed it in the about, let's just check. I don't think you say what your main skill is, and obviously, it's. A lot of people now just kind of want to be generic creatives, and certainly there's a lot of crossover between copywriters and art directors in a traditional kind of ad agency creative environment. Yeah, but it doesn't say here, so I think that might be something to consider. Let us know if you're a writer, an art director, designer, whatever. Okay, so let's get back to Unive. So they make traffic safer with this mobile app. Let's see, 30-second ad, good. Vimeo.
Bij Unive vinden we het belangrijk dat je je zeker voelt. Daarom doen we meer dan verzekeren alleen en denken we graag een stap vooruit.
Oeh. Oh,
De zekerheid van Unive. Zonder winstoogmerk, met oog voor elkaar. Zo
I felt
ben
that.
iedereen veilig op weg met de Unive-app. Die beloont goed rijgedrag. En daarmee maken we samen het verkeer veiliger. Voel je veilig. Zeker in het verkeer.
Okay, so obviously
Bij
my
Unive
whoops,
vinden we het
my
belangrijk.
Dutch is not great, but one of the things I love about great television ads or video ads is that sometimes the best ones you don't need to speak the language to understand what's going on. I think the visual storytelling is strong. That's awesome. And so I love that even though I don't speak Dutch, I completely understand what this ad is about. I had the emotional impact, forgive the pun, that I was meant to when you think the boy's been hit by a car. So I think this is great. It's a good little piece of work. Ironic to me that a mobile app is being sold as the solution to, I think, to car insurance and car related insurance when we all know that people staring at their phones in cars is the thing that causes so many accidents. So I think that's kind of a bit of an irony there. But let's keep watching. Woo! That's really loud. Okay.
Samen met jou maakt Unive het verkeer steeds een beetje veiliger. Voel je veilig. Zeker in het verkeer.
Yeah, that one, I don't know if that one works quite as well. It could be just a language thing. Um, Again, and this stuff, like, I'm not going to be able to read it, so from a conceptual point of view, I can't evaluate it. But from a design point of view, uh, based on the level of craft I've seen so far, I feel like this kind of stuff probably isn't working that hard for you, right? It's not beautiful, gorgeous design. It doesn't, I don't think, hold a high concept value. So, sometimes one funny TV spot is way stronger than showing everything you did on a campaign. Let's just look at this. There's one more spot here.
Veilig op weg met de Unive-app. Hoe veiliger je rijdt, hoe meer je wordt beloond. Rij je mee en ook op papier voor hetzelfde.
Right. Okay. Again, this is a language thing, so I can't comment. But generally speaking, what I'm seeing here is you've got one really funny spot, followed by some other stuff that maybe isn't as great. I would just keep the one thing that's awesome, and I'll let that speak for itself. Okay. So what's this? Oh, more Unive. Okay. Cool. So obviously you've been working with them for quite a bit. Wait a second. This looks kind of like the same thing. It's all Dutch to me, right? So,
Daar gaat hij in bad. Die prettig ogen zorgen dat verzekeringen
right, okay.
deze
These are probably brilliant radio spots, but I can't help you because my Dutch is terrible. So I'm going to skip these. Maybe you're a writer, since you've got radio in your portfolio. Maybe that's something I can take a guess about. Viva. You become more with Viva. Are you going for an ordinary MBO or for Viva? Then you learn. There you learn a. Okay, so I don't know what MBO means. What does that word mean? MBO. Does anyone know? Hit me up in the comments. Okay, let's watch these.
Ga jij voor een gewone mbo-bedrijfsautotechniek? Of ga je voor VEVA? Dan leer je een vak en militaire skills. Met praktijkweken bij Defensie, veel sporten en nog veel meer. Ga naar veva.nl.
Can't tell you. Language barrier is getting in the way of that one.
Ga je voor een gewone mbo-zorg? Of ga je voor VEVA? Dan leer je een vak en militaire skills. Met praktijkweken bij Defensie, veel sporten en nog veel meer. Ga naar veva.nl.
If I had to take a guess, I think those are probably campaigns to try and get young people who think the things they enjoy doing every day and the skills they have aren't applicable to the military, that they're wrong, and that they should consider joining the military and put those skills that they think aren't valuable to valuable use. That's a wild guess based on the visuals, since me no speaky Dutchy.
Ga je voor een gewone mbo-ICT?
Yeah, he's gonna fly a drone, right?
Dan leer je een vak en militaire skills. Met praktijkweken bij
Yeah, I think I got that right. Everybody knows video game players make the best drone pilots, right? Um, okay, so let's keep going. This is cool. I wish I spoke Dutch. Okay. Law firm created the What heeft zoek nodig? What does your case require campaign? Pre rolls, print ads. Okay, so I won some awards. Um, I like the photography. I like the art direction. It's clean. I won't probably watch every single one of these, but let's see. That's cool. Huh, that's nice. Very simple. Right. Yes. These are cool, man. I love this simplicity. The fact that in a very fast paced world, they've chosen to do work that slows down and really uses the time that it's got. Boom. Yes. These are nice. I like the technique is cool too. How they go from their judicial robes into the uniform of the thing they're borrowing language from. A fake, forcing a breakthrough. That one maybe doesn't quite work as well to me, just in terms of the line. But I love these first three; they're great. And three is enough, by the way. Again, you don't have to put everything you ever did in your portfolio. Um, it's hard to know what the headline. I guess based on the TV, I can kind of guess what the headlines are. Definitely, the TV feels like it works stronger to me here. Uh, but those are really nice. And again, thinking about category breaking work. That's something I like to tell people a lot. Is when you're given a brief, and you're before you even start trying to think about what the solutions are, go find out what everyone else is doing in the category and then zag from that. I think this is a great example. I'm guessing most of us can't think of another ad for a law firm that looks, feels, sounds, or delivers a message the way these do. I think that means that they work really, really hard, and in the category probably get a lot of attention. And from a creative execution point of view, they're flawless. They're really nice. Okay. Maybe it's a little clunky to keep scrolling up and down here every time I have to go back to homepage. That's just a navigation issue, but that's cool. Also, I appreciate that even though you work in Holland, that you found a way to translate your website. That's pretty cool. It gives you probably access to more international opportunities if that's something you were ever interested in. Okay, so this is good. I like this. It's one thing. Here's the thing I did. Hopefully, it's just one great thing, and that sometimes, like I said, that's all you need. Please let him have feet too for hands. Yes, that's cute. Very funny. I like it. Uh, Aldi. Pass the plate and win a unique dinner and restaurant during the pandemic based on the commercial made by Service Line. We thought of this social competitively. Hmm. I'm a little confused. Maybe the video will explain what's actually happening. Hmm. Is there audio? Okay, I'm confused by that.
Heerlijk fruit, verse groenten en Belgisch kwaliteitsvlees. Stuk voor stuk vers bij Aldi.
Okay, I can't quite tell what's going on here. Feel like there might be a bigger conceptual idea that I kind of am missing. But based on the stuff I've seen already in your folio, some of it that's fantastic. This feels like it doesn't quite meet the level of that other stuff. So it might be something that you consider removing. That said, Aldi's a big brand, and if you want to demonstrate, brand experience, they keep it in there. But maybe find a simpler way to demonstrate what the big idea was, rather than the execution. And this particular ad right here, the bottom one with the logo up right now, that is, that's kind of a slice of life, family, friends eating. It feels so familiar and so kind of common compared to like the lawyer ad that we just looked at, which we've never seen anything like that. So I feel like this is potentially not working for as hard for you as it could. Okay, compared to some of the other stuff I've seen. Okay, scrolling back down again. Kadaster. Employer branding campaign. Nothing's loading. Oh, it's just slow to load. What's happening? Okay, we just got a very slow loading situation here. Okay, these are kind of visually interesting. Little busy. Okay, so if you like these, I think visually from an art direction point of view, they're kind of interesting. I would have liked this white to be maybe more green or feel more like part of the map, like designed. You know how maps have keys. Maybe this language could have been integrated into the design of the map rather than feeling like a separate, kind of almost off-brand bolt-on to the very cool image that you've got up top. For example, the maps and the photographs are greens and blues and a little bit of yellow and some red, and then you've got this kind of purple and bluey turquoise green. Doesn't quite fit the color of the map, so I feel like, granted, you may have inherited brand guidelines that don't let you change the color, but you can always change the color of the map. So I think there's a little bit of manipulating that could have been done just to fine-tune these and make them feel even more crafted. And also, I don't think you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, however, pick 3 great ones. I think the idea is demonstrated just by showing me 3 or 4. Okay, back down again. Sjoerd, isn't that your name? Sjoerdsteen? Together with Stan Severin, we are the founder of Sjoerdsteen. All right, I'm going to come back and check that out. Subs English. Okay, cool. Let's watch.
По последним данным, полученным из компетентных источников, наши высокоодаренные лидеры даже в праздники полностью доступны для выдающихся идей и компаний. По всем возникающим вопросам обращайтесь по адресу info@shurdistan.com.
I like this. So this is, if I'm understanding what's going on, you and someone else are freelancing together or have started a business together, and this is like a tourism ad from like a Soviet bloc version of your country, inviting people to come get great ideas. I think it's very fun as a self-promo. It's very well crafted. I love the kind of Wes Anderson vibe. It's neat. I'm going to come back and visit this too because I want to see where that takes me. But for now, let's stick with the portfolio. Also, I might be a little bit weird to put a self-promo for something else in your personal site. I'm not sure. I need to think about that. Let's see. Lokchis Jr. I'm pronouncing everything wrong. Rebranding the corporate identity for window cleaning company, incorporating clever creative designs of new identity. Okay, cool. By the way, as I said to people before on different reviews, I'm not a huge fan of like trying to explain what your ideas are. But if you are going to do that, then I feel like this is kind of like the right amount of copy. Like it's 1 or 2 sentences. Don't make me read through a whole bunch of stuff. Just give me the bullet points so I kind of get a sense of what it is. Okay, yep, cool. That's a nice idea, cleaning the window of those envelopes. And let's see what this looks like. All right, so it just got lots of press. That's great. I love that. If you have a little case study that shows your idea was widely picked up and awarded, awesome. I like that almost even more than like putting a list of the awards that it won. I love the little case study video. I think that's cool. Um, okay, what's this? Cadaster. Wait, did we look at that already? Yes, sorry, going back. What's this one? VSM. Homeopathic pharmacist, power of nature, cool. Herbal ingredients. Okay. Okay, I think what's going on here is New Year. Oh yeah, okay. So these are herbal ingredients that are kind of meant to look like fireworks. I think if you want me to, here's what I would suggest with these if you want to keep them in your portfolio. I mentioned in a previous review about how some work in your folio can date. So this is wishing me a healthy 2013. So it's 10 years old, this piece of work. This work has been sitting in your portfolio for 10 years. That's a long time. But if you still love the idea and want to keep it and show it off because you think it's good, and I do think it's good, then and I think it could work stronger. And again, this might be a language thing, but the simple change here that I would suggest you make is VSM wishes you a healthy new year, right? Getting rid of the date or the 2013 and replacing that with new year does two things. One, it makes this piece of work evergreen in your portfolio. So someone like me who looks at it doesn't go, oh, that's old. What's he done lately? And secondly, it really helps make the idea stronger because by just saying healthy 2013, if I'm not looking at this piece of work in late December, then I might miss that what the idea is. But as soon as you say New Year, as soon as you say healthy New Year instead of Happy New Year, I immediately get the idea. So I would make that change, and then you can keep these in your book for as long as you like. Okay. Identity and logo. Okay, so that's interesting. I thought maybe you were a copywriter because you put radio in your ad, but identity and logos are often things you only see in art directors or designers' books. Okay, so that's like a little end frame. Wait a minute. Something feels confusing to me. So I've got Yuki stuff here. Keeping finance and flow must be Yuki. That feeling that you're on top of things. Then you got this blue denim. Oh, okay. So this is not a single job. This is a bunch of different ones. I think that's a potential opportunity here, right? So, and I see this in a lot of folios as well. You've trained me to click on something, and that thing is an individual project, right? It was the about you was about you. The maps thing was about maps. The lawyers was only lawyers. And then when I click on this one, instead of it being about that single identity, it is about actually three. But you've also got one example of one example of another, but then three examples of the third. So that is confusing. And I think that you could either separate these out. That would be my suggestion, I think, is separate them out, or just make it clearer that that this page is different from the other pages. And you could do that by changing the background color with a different kind of header, but some kind of clue that makes it really obvious as I quickly scroll that the information hierarchy is a little bit different than the ones I've been looking at up until now. Okay, brand mister. Okay. Language. I plead language barrier on these. I'm not gonna give any notes on this because I can't. Yeah, this says scrolling. This constant scrolling down is a bit annoying. I wouldn't mind seeing a tweak to your navigation that would allow me to strictly go right to the next thing. Skoda. Saturday is Skoda. Cool. So this is radio. So I'm guessing again I won't be able to give you any constructive feedback.
En daarmee is deze zaterdag-etappe van start. Eerst op gestrekt tempo naar het tuincentrum via de kap.
Nope, can't help. Oh, let me try this. Okay, that's that nav. I appreciate that nav. Okay, take back what I said about navigation. I didn't understand how it worked. Okay. Same thing here with the print because it's in another language that's I can't speak. This is more radio. Okay, I'm guessing you're a writer. I'm seeing more and more radio, so that kind of makes me think that that you're a writer. Scrolly problem again. Okay, writer. 123 RF. Tell any story you can imagine with stock material by visualing a timeless speech with stock material like photography, illustrations, videos. Deliver a powerful message. Okay, so this is for a stock photo company.
I'm sorry. I don't want to be an emperor. That's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. In this world, there's room for everyone, and the good earth is rich and can provide for everyone.
Oh.
The way of life can be free.
Okay, so this is cool. I like what you're doing here. And it can be a 30-second ad. Well, how long is this? 3.5 minutes. That's too long. You need a short version for your folio. I want to see what the payoff is or the tagline. How do you bring this home? Stock for every story. Great. It's awesome, and a 30-second version would be just as awesome. So I would highly recommend you just to do a little edit. Okay, it's probably 3.5 minutes now because of that particular speech that you chose. So you could edit that speech, or you could choose shorter, more snippets of iconic speeches, like, I have a dream, or ask not what you can do for your country, or whatever it is. You don't need to do the whole thing, maybe. Something to think about. But a short version would be great. I don't know why this astronaut is here. So, yeah, I don't know what he's doing there. Okay, let's go. The night shift. Okay, so you guys, I'm not sure what this is. Is this like you're saying I'll work at night to help you get the ideas you need? What am I looking at? A night shift. Okay, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. I guess I can go to the website. I'll come back maybe and have another look at that. But I feel like whatever is at that website, if you can put some of it in here so I don't have to leave, that helps people just keep focused on you and your website and what they came here to do, which is get a sense of you and your work. I've said this before also in other reviews. Try not to send people off to other sites inside of your portfolio. Keep them here. You got them here. You want to keep them here. True. New company logo. Entire community to roast it. Yeah, there's definitely a thing in advertising where creatives like to roast each other's work, and some of it's not always nice. So I think that's funny to take that, to know that that's going to happen and embrace it. That's cool and clever. Feels a little bit inside baseball. If you don't know what that term means, it means kind of like industry talking to itself. Okay, I love a beer ad. Beer ads are great because you don't usually have to explain what it is. Everybody knows what a beer is, even in all kinds of beer. So in theory, beer ads and other categories like hot sauce and condoms and things are some of the most fun to do because everyone knows what they do and you can just have a lot of fun with the idea. Let's see what this is.
Hertog Jan heeft een unieke positie op de Nederlandse biermarkt. Naast alle lifestyle en voetbalbieren is Hertog Jan het enige biermerk dat het over bier heeft. De afgelopen jaren was dit vooral een monoloog. 2000.
Okay, so you're asking the fans to come up with a name for their favorite beer. I hope it's like Beery McBeerface.
11 werd het jaar van de dialoog. De dialoog met Hertog Jan fans en bierliefhebbers. Om in gesprek te komen met fans en liefhebbers.
All right, I'm just going to skip ahead because obviously I can't understand this. I'm just going to see if there's anything at the end.
Hebben we samen met hen een nieuw bier op de markt gezet. Proost.
Prost. Okay, yeah, I can't give you any feedback on this because, again, the language thing. Production-wise, it looks nice. Interesting choice to start the spot with the logo. The best example of that I can think of that I maybe have ever seen is the Miller Lite beer ads made by Dick. If you haven't seen those, Google Miller Lite made by Dick. They're a phenomenal campaign. In particular, Eager Beaver. Do yourself a favor. Google Miller Lite Eager Beaver. It's one of my all-time favorite ads. But they were very clever with how they used a mnemonic device at the start of the ads with the logo. And it was like, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. And what that actually did, and I think it might have been one of the first times in kind of modern advertising history that a brand did this, was that mnemonic device became a trigger that no matter where you were in the world, if you liked those ads and you heard that sound, you'd immediately look to where the TV was to watch, because they were funny, because they were engaging, and they rewarded viewers' attention in a way that most advertising these days doesn't. So yeah, have a look for those. Okay. We must be getting close to the end here. Okay, UNICEF. Great. So we all know what UNICEF is. Let's see what this is.
Elke dag sterven 19.000 kinderen.
Ze sterven door oorzaken die wij kunnen voorkomen. 19.000 kinderen, elke dag. Wij vinden dat dit aantal 0 10.000 kinderen is er 1. En ook bij jou.
Mijn naam is Monsitpo. Kijk op
Okay, again, the language thing is in the way here, but what I think is really interesting about this is this particular ad that we just watched looks almost identical to an ad in my portfolio that I did for a company called Dresden Vision. And it's not a new idea to have black and white talking heads delivering an intimate message and doing a slow move in or a push in or a dolly move in to build intimacy as the story builds. But yeah, so we have great taste in video production, so I congratulate you on that. But in terms of the concept and what it is, hard to know with the language barrier here. But the craft here is nice. The photography is nice. I like the striking use of the UNICEF color, how it pops against the black and white background. So that's cool. Just give this one check and see if there's anything I can learn from this.
De publieke omroep en de hele radio.
Yeah, no, so I can't help you with that. All right. Greenpeace. I've worked on Greenpeace. I have a couple of funny Greenpeace spots in my reel. It's great to see that you've had a chance to work on that brand too. Let's see, these look funny.
Ik heb contact met Pavel Klinkamers, campagneleider Oceanen. Hij is van Greenpeace en hij ligt daar nu omdat ze actie gaan voeren. En dat heeft alles te maken met de overbevissing. Want ze zijn echt enorm.
Okay. I'm really disappointed I can't I'm really disappointed I can't understand what's happening. What is that thing called? Billy Bass? Is it Billy Bass? I think it's Billy Bass. Okay, anyway, these look funny and interesting. Obviously, they worked because otherwise you wouldn't be showing me a case study video. But in terms of like concept and execution, I can't really give any feedback, unfortunately. I'm starting to sound like a broken record here, but the language barrier is really starting to bum me out because your work is beautiful, a lot of it, and I really want to understand more about it. Yep. You're busy, so you have lots of hands. Okay, it's a simple idea. It's executed okay. It feels a little retail-y. The photography, like, you've got this, I think the photography is busy. If I was going to be thinking about how to do this maybe better, the fact that, if you got 6 arms, what each of the arms is doing is they have different sleeves, they're holding different things, and because of the different colors and the different objects they're holding, they sort of blend into the background to me. And I feel like maybe minimal art direction in the background would have made these images much more powerful. Even a flat color or like a monochromatic seamless in the background, this story would have still come through, and the joke would have been much more powerful, much visually arresting. So that's my main comment on these, is just in terms of the execution of the photography style. You can see in this one where the background, with the guy on the exercise bike, it's a little bit easier to kind of get the joke more quickly because there's less stuff on the wall behind him. And same with the guy at the desk. It's still busy, but you get a sense of what the idea is faster than up here in the restaurant. So yeah, but again, from a headline perspective, I can't help you. Interestingly enough, I had this exact same idea also for a product called a Coup Bar, which is a weighted bookmark that you use to hold books flat or open so you can type or eat or cook. And it was the exact same thing. It was people with multiple arms like doing different things, and 2 of the hands were holding the book open. So funny. I think you did it better than I did, and I'm giving you critique. But yeah, I think that this is cool. It works. Let's see what else. It's kind of a lot of stuff too. I would say like the best thing about this campaign is this print, and there's probably 3 that are better than the all 4. And you don't need to re-show me again this website stuff unless you want to do website forms or and you're designing websites. Stick with the hero pieces that are really working the hardest conceptually. Still more stuff. Okay, you got quite a lot of stuff on your reel or on your portfolio. Having a cold is annoying. I agree. Oh. Oh no. That's bad. Oh, that's gross. Oh no. Whoa. That's bad. I mean, the ad's not bad. It's making me feel bad looking at that guy. One more, please. Oh, thought those. Ah, gross. She puts the tissue under her armpit. Gross. These are funny. Really simple, really low budget. You can see the idea working hard here. Probably they could be tightened up even more, but yeah, these work, and I love the simplicity of them, and it just proves that sometimes a simple idea can work really, really hard. Only 100 left. Endangered species. Okay, cool. This didn't make it any bigger than it is when I look on it. That's weird. Yeah, if you're going to give me an option to click on things to make them bigger. Yeah, this one does. If I really wanted to look at those designs. Okay, so this is nice idea. Conceptually, how strong is this? Animals are extinct, so we put them on a t-shirt. Is there something going on with these designs I should know? Oh, hold on, let me click one more time into this. So it's a sad lion. Army soldier is fighting a fly. Michael Jordan, jersey on a rhino, killing. Okay, yeah, I feel like conceptually, compared to some of your other work, this maybe isn't as strong. I love the idea, right, of taking care of animals and bringing the extinction levels to other people's attention. And I'm not convinced that this is the best stuff in your folio. And you've got plenty of things in here, so you could certainly give it a bit of a thin out. How do you tell someone under 16 they're not allowed to buy any alcohol with a Facebook app? Wow. Okay. Interesting.
Hoe vertel je namens het ministerie van VWS jongeren van onder de 16 dat ze geen alcoholmiddelen in hun bezit mogen hebben? Wat dacht je van een potje vriendenflessen?
Okay, I'm going to pause here. So I find it interesting that you're doing a campaign targeting 16-year-olds to tell them that they shouldn't be drinking alcohol and they could be in violation if they get and they can get caught if they have alcohol in their groups. But this is a really slow-moving piece of communication, right? Like if you look at the first 1, 2, 3, it's 3, almost 4 seconds before the voiceover kicks in. And the visuals are cute, but if I'm thumb scrolling through Facebook, is that really going to stop me? So I feel like potentially putting yourself in the mindset of those 16-year-olds more might have led to even bigger thoughts, bigger ideas, and kind of more instantaneous stuff that hooks them and then surprises them like, oh, by the way, this is an ad about you not having booze. So feels like maybe a slightly missed opportunity here. And again, not at the same level as some of your other work. Again, that lawyer stuff to me really stands out as a phenomenal campaign. Heles Pindakaas. What is this? I don't know what this is. Breadsticks, nut butters. Okay. I can't help you on this. They could be the funniest things in the world. I hope they are, and I just don't understand them. Okay, YouTube. With agencies, YouTube competition, challenge creative agencies, create a custom channel. So wait, is the client YouTube or is it Roordas? Agency, Roorda. Yeah, okay. Sorry, man. I'm confused about what this is. It's probably just a language thing again. I don't know what this is. So I'm skipping it. T-Mobile, I know what that is. Okay.
Nou, ik had het idee om een surprise party te regelen voor oma. En zo zijn we verder gaan.
Oma Manders is vandaag verrast door de familie. Bent u wel eens toegezongen door 35.000 man?
Nog nooit.
Zullen we dat doen? Dit is een lied voor oma man. Wat mooie
Is this about like free calls to family members? All right, so you're calling your mom at the concert. That's cute. Got a lot to press. That's cool. All right. Dodge radio. Okay, if this is in Dutch, then I'm just gonna say it's awesome.
Lieverd,
Ja?
zullen wij vanmiddag kijken naar een nieuw interieur?
Yeah, that's the best commercial I've ever heard in Dutch for Dodge. Online. Okay. Okay, this is in English, so I'll give it a crack, see if I can understand what this is. Easy, simple, accessible, the way the internet is meant to be. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so that looks like everything in your folio. So I'm sorry that so much of it I'm unable to give an opinion on because of my inability or my lack of fluency to speak Dutch. What I would say is there's quite a lot of stuff here, and it goes from really fantastic work to stuff that is really confusing and feels very retail-y and maybe low concept. And if you starting off your portfolio with the famous Guinness commercial and getting me hyped, feeling your own enthusiasm along with you about what that ad did for you at a time when it came out and how powerful it was. I'm going into your portfolio with momentum, and then as I go further and further into it, I lose some of that momentum. And so I feel like you could get, if I'm just going to recap here real quickly for you. So I love your intro. I think it's good. One of these Univ campaigns is probably enough. This stuff is great. I love the lawyer stuff. This was cute with the feet. That's very funny and cool. This one, I think, this I'm going to go click to because I have a feeling it's going to be awesome. The maps thing we talked about, keep it but reduce it. This is clever. This, I think, with a couple word change, you can make it work harder and stay evergreen in your portfolio. This is a section of logos, not just that one brand. So I think that could be made clearer. This was in a language thing. Confusing image there, by the way, right? This, I didn't know what it was. That's funny. This is in language. That was cool. The art direction, Greenpeace. These are, you know what? I love the color correction of your hero image here more than I like the color treatment of the actual videos themselves. The videos are really washed out and kind of blue, and maybe they're meant to kind of evoke a sense of feeling unwell. If so, they kind of do that. But the treatment that you've done to your hero image here, it feels more crafted and polished. I don't know. The animal stuff I didn't quite get. This feels too slow and off for the audience. This probably is hilarious, but I don't get it. This, I don't know what it is. What was this? Oh yeah, the funniest Dodge ad I ever heard in Dutch. Okay, so that's, I hope this is helpful. The other thing is, I feel like, if I wanted to get a hold of you, contact me. This should be a link so that I can just quickly get an email to you. It's great that you've got Vimeo. I think those socials are good. But there's a navigation suggestion here, which is, as you saw, I have to keep going back and clicking the logo or scrolling down to find that find the thing that's next or look for the thing at the bottom. So there's a bit of tightening up maybe on the navigation. So overall, I think this is a great portfolio. I get a sense of who you are. I really love that you share your enthusiasm for the industry. The range of the quality of ideas and work is very broad. So I would remove some of the stuff at the bottom, keep the stuff that's great. And remember that just because you've produced work doesn't mean it has to go in your portfolio. And it also doesn't mean that you can't tweak work you've produced to make it just a little bit better so that it works harder, stronger, for longer in your portfolio, like that Happy New Year's campaign for the natural product-based health company. So before I go, I want to quickly jump over to your other website because I had a look and it's incredible and I want to share it with everyone. So we'll just pause here and I'll be right back with Schroederstan. So how cool is this? I mean, just as a hero image, I mean, there's so many cool things happening right here, right? There's Schroederstan, which I guess is a mashup of you and your partner's name, where great ideas land. This is a brain floating above this kind of island, home hurricanes. I'm going to save that for the last, but this is cool. I just love the way this looks. Great. And so here's that spot that we saw in your portfolio site. You've reached Schroederstan. Congratulations on this achievement. Greater humans have tried but not succeeded. Only less than 1% of the world's population have ever conquered the vast emptiness of the internet to get a glimpse of Schroederstan. And what a sight it is, a land floating in the air. This is great. The copywriting is nice. It's fun. It's playful. It makes me want to keep reading. This map of Schroederstan that looks like a brain, very cool. Love the craft. The mountains of the pledge, the jungles of wild ideas, collaboration country, visionary valley, the isles of insights. This is awesome. I love this. This is really cool. What we do in collaboration. Right, so you two guys together deliver these things. This is made very clear and simple. I love these kind of, like supreme leader photography of both you guys, the founding fathers. That's great. A minute in Schroederstan. Okay, great. So here we see some of the work that was on your personal site showing up again here. So obviously this is your creative partner. I love that it's all in one place, by the way, that I can see it. Oh yeah, this is cool. I love ads that have visual tension like this. One of my favorite ads that made me want to work at BBH was an ad for a men's clothing brand. I think it was BBH. And then the tagline was "Dressed to Kill," and it was all pictures of men like about to crash their car, or the barber's about to cut a guy and he's shaving in his barber chair because he's distracted by a woman who looks so incredible. The tagline, "Dressed to Kill." This feels similar. It's got that same visual tension. Love it. Yes, book your trip to Schroederstan. This is awesome. So I think this is one of my favorite kind of portfolio sites I've ever seen. It's really, really great. And I love that it exists in such a clean, fun, playful way. The brain hurricane. Okay, this isn't, I can't read this because it's not English, but I don't know what a brain hurricane is, but I want one. So if I was looking for creative partners, I would absolutely want to talk to you guys. This is a great image. Yeah, I just think this is really cool. The copywriting's fun. The iconography's fun. The pastiche of creating a country that's based on who you guys are together is just really, really cool. So I wanted to share that with everybody. I know you didn't ask me to review this site. I'm not going to review it. I just wanted to share my enthusiasm for it because I think it's really, really cool. And so, okay, that's pretty much, that's going to wrap up my review here. Remember, if you want to share your folio, you can at eranthomson.com/reviews. I hope that this has been helpful, mildly entertaining, given the fact that I don't speak Dutch. And I want to thank you for sharing your portfolio with me. If you're watching, tell me how you think I did. Am I crazy? Am I right? Am I wrong? Do you agree, disagree? Hit me up in the comments. Tell us what you think of this portfolio. Tell me what you think of my feedback. And in the meantime, if you want to work with me, you can hit me up at eranthomson.com. And I'll hope to see you in the next time. Share your portfolios.